Today, Fort Hood, Texas officials will award 47 victims and their families the long-awaited Purple Heart. But some won't be getting the benefits, the money benefits that come with that.
All right, so this comes after years of fighting to overturn the government's description of Major Nidal Hasan's shooting rampage as workplace violence.
Texas Senator Ted Cruz joins us live from Fort Hood right now. Senator, we thank you for joining us right now. What is your message with this? Because in part, we see the victims of Fort Hood getting their due with the Purple Heart. But when you hear that it's not the full benefits, their battle is continuing.
Right. Well, this morning is a long time coming, and this morning is an opportunity to thank the soldiers, to thank the civilians who lost their lives, and to recognize their heroism. Nidal Hasan murdered 14 innocent souls and injured over 30 people. And for 5 years, the Obama Defense Department has ridiculously, has unreasonably characterized that terrorist attack as workplace violence. It makes no sense. Right. I serve on the Senate Armed Services Committee, and so I was very proud to introduce legislation to change this, to allow and to require the Purple Hearts to be awarded this morning. And I'll tell you, I'm very proud that I was able to bring together Republicans and Democrats on the committee to pass that legislation over the active objections of the Obama Pentagon. It shouldn't have taken 5 years. This should have happened 5 years ago.
Senator, you said the Obama Pentagon. You know, every time the Obama administration is asked why this happened, because, well, that was the Pentagon. Are you saying politics played a role in this delay?
Well, what has been consistent for 6 years is that this president and this administration is unwilling to acknowledge radical Islamic terrorism for what it is. It's not an isolated problem. They won't call Nidal Hasan, who's communicated with Anwar al-Awlaki, a known radical cleric and Islamic terrorist. He asked about the permissibility of jihad against his fellow soldiers. When he walked through murdering soldiers, he yelled out, Allahu Akbar, and yet the White House refuses to acknowledge that they will not even use the words radical Islamic terrorism. It makes no sense, and it's dangerous for this country.
Senator, later today, you're going to meet a fellow by the name of Sean Manning. He was shot 6 times by Major Nidal Hasan. He was on a little while ago with Brian, had a great conversation where they talked about it is ridiculous that he's getting the Purple Heart, but not the financial benefit. Listen to this.
I think it's almost unheard of for someone to receive the Purple Heart and not have their injuries classified as combat related. And the fact that you have an al-Qaeda-inspired terrorist attack that we were shot in, and that's not combat related, I think is just ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, and doesn't this really rest at the feet of the commander-in-chief? I mean, you helped pass the legislation, getting them the Purple Hearts, but now we got to get them the money.
It is outrageous and it's indefensible. One of the reasons we fought so hard to pass the legislation to require the Purple Hearts to be awarded is precisely so that these soldiers get the benefits they deserve. And I intend to reach out to the Secretary of Defense personally. Enough games. 5 years is far too long. We need to acknowledge the heroism of these soldiers, and it's my responsibility to fight for 27 million Texans every day in the Senate. And I will continue to fight until every one of these soldiers receives the benefits they deserve for standing on the front lines against terrorism to defend this nation.
That is a great promise to them, and we're actually relieved to hear that you will continue that fight. Please do.